Hello and welcome. And for this part of the show, I'm going to be talking to Suzanne Robichaud. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, how are you doing?
Really good. Suzanne is miles away over in Vancouver. I'm here in London, but we're managing to chat by the magic of the internet. And I am so thrilled to be bringing Suzanne to you this evening, where I am this morning, where she is, and for us to talk about hypnotherapy. And I just want to say that Suzanne is a master hypnotherapist. And we'll be talking about that, lots about that in a moment. But how I came to her was here on YouTube. I had treatment for a fairly serious illness, and I was finding sleep was eluding me because of heavy drugs and things. And her sleep hypnosis really helped me. I tried loads, and hers was by far the best. And we were just talking about it before we got together here online, and I was saying to her that the reason is that I think Suzanne manages to explain things so clearly and so very well in just everyday language, but without losing the depth of connection to the deeper mind that I'm always talking about and that she's going to talk about now. So, without any further ado, I'm going to ask you, Suzanne, what is the difference between meditation and hypnosis? Is there a difference, and do we need to know the difference?
I think that meditation and hypnotherapy or state of hypnosis are very similar. The difference between the two would be that with hypnotherapy, once you are in that state, we are able to make changes in the subconscious mind. So we utilize that state to do work, to do inner healing, and to make the changes deep inside of ourselves that we need to make so that we can achieve whatever the goals are that we are thinking about when we do hypnosis. And I think that's the
Sure.
only difference. Yeah.
That's interesting, and that, of course, is aligns really well with the Go Creative method, which is very much about, we talk about the creative mind. See, the subconscious is actually the driver of lots of our creations. So there's the experience of setting a creative intention, and that takes us in one direction. And we have this, some people call it goals, we call them intentions, and this is where we want to get to. And we have this linear kind of idea in our mind, and of course then wham, in come all sorts of things from different places, and very often they're coming from ourselves, from our own sort of what we don't know. And I think this is where hypnosis is a point of access. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Hypnosis is wonderful because we are able to go deep within ourselves, and we're able to let go of any blocks or any triggers that are stopping us. Mostly with creativity, I think it's about self-doubt, letting go of any self-doubt, any fears that we have, any insecurities. With a lot of my clients, we talk a lot about our intuition. And one of the biggest things that we know for sure is nobody ever says, oh, I shouldn't have listened to my gut feeling. It's always, I should have listened to my gut feeling. And for so many of us, we have so many different thoughts and voices kind of going on in our mind based on the experiences we've had in the past, that we can't tell which one of those voices or which one of those thoughts is our actual intuition, our actual gut feeling, which I think is that where that creative flow comes from. It's that internal place inside where something just all of a sudden it just appears. It just comes to you, the thought, the feeling, the idea, it's just there, and it feels natural and it feels wonderful. And when you very first get it, you can tell that it feels good because it makes you feel good. But then all the little voices of doubt and fear come in that have been created over time with different experiences, usually negative experiences that we've had. And those all come in our subconscious mind. It releases these thoughts, these negative thoughts, in a way to protect us from being hurt. So if somebody, for some reason along the way, learned early on that speaking their voice or sharing their feelings or their thoughts or expressing themselves wasn't a good experience, somehow it made them feel bad about themselves, made them doubt themselves, then we get this wonderful feeling and this wonderful idea, it all feels good, but then the subconscious mind, to protect you, will kind of send off these other thoughts to remind you, oh, wait a minute, this actually might end up hurting you. And what we need to do with hypnotherapy, what we do with hypnotherapy, is we go within to let go of these blocks and these triggers so that we, in the end, know which voice is actually our true inner voice, our intuition. And it gives us that opportunity to flow with it. And then that's what I would think is the creative flow, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All of this is making total sense to me. And it does make sense once you are creatively educated, in the sense that you understand the role of the subconscious in a decision. But a lot of us, of course, don't, because we've been educated in a school system that doesn't talk about these different layers of the mind, all the wonderful brain research and neurological research that's been done in the last 20 or 25 years is not that readily available to people unless you take an interest in it and, you know, read books about it. It's not something you're going to trip over in the newspaper. And yet we know so much now about how the creative process can be applied to everything in life, how we are, absolutely, without doubt. It's not a matter of opinion. It's not just me who says so. We are actually all creative. We have been from the moment we were born. And everything we've gone through, we're always being led forward by our own desires, our own wants. And there is a process at work there that's extremely powerful if we can align with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the thing, is our conscious mind and our subconscious mind are meant to work together. And when they're working together, we're in that flow. Things can just flow right through us and from us. The problem is that for so many of us, our conscious mind and our subconscious mind, they're not working together. We consciously can have these ideas and these wants and these desires of what we want or how we know we should be. Like, we genuinely know that this is who we are or what our purpose is. But if the subconscious programming isn't in alignment with that, then what happens is we end up on this roller coaster ride, a very emotional roller coaster ride, where we feel good about what we're doing and then we doubt ourselves and we're up and down and up and down. And this is where the hypnotherapy is so powerful. We're able to, in the state of hypnosis, work directly with the subconscious mind to release these blocks and to release these triggers. And absolutely everybody and anyone can do it. All you need to do is understand how your mind works, understand the power of the human mind, and just start utilizing it throughout your life, what you know, and making the changes.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I know you're going to bring us through a session in a little while, which is wonderful. And what's great about doing a session with Suzanne is all we have to do is listen to her instructions. We don't even have to know about the human mind or any of that just yet. So we will, of course, be exploring that in more detail. But before we get to the session, which I'm dying for, and I know everybody will love, just tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you come into this wonderful world of hypnosis? And what's your own creative journey?
Sure. I came across hypnotherapy through just reading plenty of books. It's a journey. I'm on a journey just as everyone else is. And probably about 10, 15 years ago, I just started really getting into spirituality and doing a lot of reading. And through many different books, I don't remember specifically which one it was, but hypnotherapy kind of kept coming up as a way to release the triggers and the blocks. And I definitely had a lot of those. I was afraid to get on a bus. Like, I stayed hidden and was an incredibly insecure person. And I had no idea that my story didn't define me. I had no idea any of this information about the mind. I didn't know I could change who I was. I didn't know I wasn't, that my story didn't mean that that's who I was. And somewhere along there, I just slowly, hypnotherapy kept kind of appearing. Hypnotherapy as a tool, you know, to make these changes. And I ended up going to go see a hypnotherapist, and it was absolutely wonderful. And I had some amazing experiences that then led me into just wanting to go further with it. The changes that it made in my life, how it helped me so much.
Could you give us an example?
And the best example I can give you actually would be my first day of school, to be honest. It was my best example. We were in class. I was in class with about 30 other individuals. And I definitely didn't even go into a deep state of hypnosis that day because I was still feeling quite shy and insecure, you know, and it was, you know, one of our very first days, if not the very first day. And our teacher took us on a little journey to go within. And I definitely didn't even go into a deep state of hypnosis, but he took us within and he said to us that in order to be a good hypnotherapist, you have to let go of judgment. because if you're judging people, you're never fully listening to them, because your mind instead is focused on the judgment. And I wanted more than anything in the world to be a really good hypnotherapist. I have always been very passionate and drawn to helping people. And so I gave it my all in that moment, closed my eyes, listened to his instructions. It was probably only about 10 minutes long. And he had us put judgment in a trunk. And I was thinking to myself at that time, I still had that conscious kind of thought, because I was thinking, do I judge? Am I a very judgmental person? And I kind of had, am I racist? Do I have racist thoughts? Like I did have these conscious thoughts to myself. But then he said to take that judgment and to put it into this trunk. And because I was so determined and wanted to be a really good hypnotherapist, I just went for it and I did it. So I put this judgment in the trunk. He had us get rid of the trunk, and that was it. He brought us out. And at the time, I was a reflexologist working in a wellness clinic. And I loved what I did, but I was still very insecure and still working on a lot of my issues. And everybody else that I worked with had these huge degrees. You know, we had the chiropractors and the massage therapists, the acupuncturists, and everyone else had way more training and education than I did. And because of my insecurity issues, I really was aware of that every day in my life when I went to work, even though no one else was thinking about it. And after doing that session with our teacher, about a week or two later, all of a sudden I realized I was a totally different woman at work. I was rebooking my clients differently. I was walking different. I was talking different. All of the judgment that I thought everybody else had about me, it was completely gone. When he had us get rid of judgment, I didn't just get rid of any judgment that I put on other people. He had us actually genuinely get rid of judgment. And that has, to this day, has made the biggest impact on me in my life. Letting go of what other people think of me and the judgment I think other people have on me was the biggest thing that has ever happened in my life, honestly. So that just goes to show you how amazing hypnotherapy can work if you really allow yourself to get into it. Like, you have to really, though, allow yourself to really get into it and appreciate what it has to offer you.
Yeah, it's all about that letting go, isn't it? I mean, first of all, letting go of the judgment thing. We talk about in creation very often in terms of the inner critic, who is, of course, projecting all that criticism and judgment, as you say, onto everybody. You think it's everybody else, but it's actually you and your own relationship with your own creative capacity that's at play here. So, yeah, letting go, of course, is hugely important. And hypnosis both helps us to let go, but also you need to let go to really feel it and do it and experience it, and then it'll help you to let go another layer. So it's a kind of a continual, it's a benign circle you need to get into. We're just going to do a session now in a few moments. Can you give some tips to people who are listening so that they get themselves now in a sort of state where they can let go of judgment and fears and self-criticism and everything else they need to let go of? Can you kind of give them some tips on how they can do that, both for this session now with you, but more generally in their lives?
Sure. So the one thing that I'd like to say before we begin this is that it's important to recognize your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what's real and imagined, okay? This is key for this to work. It's our conscious mind's job to kind of pay attention to those things, all right? When you're in a state of hypnosis, one of the things we're doing is we're letting our conscious mind just kind of take a rest over to the side. Of course, it never goes anywhere. It doesn't disappear or anything, but we're letting it just kind of rest like over there. Okay, and we're working specifically with the subconscious. So let me give you a very simple example. Think about athletes who use guided imagery to enhance their performance. Okay, lots of studies have been done where those athletes who use guided imagery actually have a better performance than the ones actually out on the field or the court. That's how powerful our subconscious mind is. Okay, so when you're doing this, if you really ultimately want to make change, the biggest thing for you to do is just to let go of that critical analytical mind. The job of a hypnotherapist is to help you with that. Like, that's what we do, is we help our clients to get past that. We are going to do a shorter session than what I typically would do with the client. With the client, I'm like 50 minutes to an hour. So we're going to do a lot less than that. But if you enter into it with this state of mind where you're just acknowledging that you can make changes in this state, real powerful changes, then that's really the best place to come from within your mind as you begin to just let everything go. Recognize, secondly, that you're always in control. No one can control you. Some people have that fear of hypnotherapy, that they're going to lose control, and that is absolutely untrue. You are in greater control of your mind than any other time in your life when you are in a state of hypnosis. You are in such a focused state, and this is where you can make changes. So let go of any idea that you're being controlled or that you can lose control. The absolute worst thing that could ever happen to you in a state of hypnosis is you fall asleep. Like, that's the worst thing that could ever happen. No one can, change your morals or your ethical beliefs or anything. You would just become aware and stop. So just enter into it with a very open mind, recognizing that it's an opportunity for healing, and recognizing that when you're in this state, real change can happen. You really can let things go from our subconscious mind, which is the part of our mind that holds on to every experience we've ever had. Everything we've ever learned. So this is why it's so important, because sometimes so many of us are responding in our life today from things that happened like 20 years ago. They're not even real in our life anymore. So the doubts, the fears that get in our way aren't even real today. They're based on experiences from a long time ago. And that's what I'm going to base this session on today. Is for the creativity and letting go of any of the fears, the doubts, the insecurities that have accumulated in your subconscious mind throughout your life, and then taking a few moments to just sit with the flow and to feel it and to feel comfortable with it, to help you believe in yourself, to accept that you deserve to be creative, that your voice deserves to be heard, that you deserve to be seen in whichever way is your way of being seen or heard, your purpose, and to really help you align with that, so that hopefully when you do it again, you'll already have a place to go to in your mind. If that makes sense. I hope that does.
It makes total sense. It's wonderful.
Okay.
So I think we should just get on with it, because it's one of those things that we could talk for hours because it's so
Yes.
interesting, but it won't be half as powerful as 1 minute of actually experiencing it. So let's try and give people the experience. So guys, Suzanne is going to lead us out of the session, so we won't be coming back at the end. So we'll kind of say goodbye now, because you wake people up at the end, don't you, and kind of send them on their way. Yeah. So,
and we'll be about 15-20 minutes. Sorry if that helps as well.
Yes, that's good. So you need to kind of get yourselves comfortable and into a place ideally where you won't be disturbed for 15 or 20 minutes. So go, put out the dog if it needs feeding, and put a do not disturb sign on the door, and just generally settle in, pause the recording, settle in and relax and get ready to be swept away, and to let go of all those blocks. Wow, that's going to be amazing. All right then. So over to you, Suzanne. I am going to be doing it along with you, and we will finish the show then when you wake everybody up, and you and I'll have just a small chat then after that. Okay.
That sounds great.
So over to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to guide everybody right now. I'll just suggest to make sure that you're comfortable. You're not going to be disturbed. Turn your distractions off. Turn your phone off. And just really allow yourself to settle into wherever you are. And just let your eyes close down. And just take a few moments. And just bring your awareness to your breath. And as we begin today, I want you to think to yourself, I want you to allow it to be a pleasure to turn the whole world off for a little while and to go within. So just making sure that you're comfortable, letting your eyes close down, and just bringing your awareness to your breath for a few moments. Becoming aware of the gentle rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and out your nose. Just taking your time and just using your breath to bring stillness to your body peace to your mind. And I'd like you to begin now, for just a few moments, to count quietly in your mind to 3 as you breathe in, 5 as you exhale, allowing that exhale to be slow, deep, and rhythmic, letting your body just surrender to the surface below it with every breath that you exhale. And just taking your time. It takes a few moments to let go. Just a few more moments, breathing into 3, out to 5, letting your body just melt into the surface below it, letting all of the muscles in your body let go like elastic bands being released. And on your next exhale, just let go of the counting. Continue to allow your body to breathe slow, deep, and rhythmic all on its own. And we're going to take a moment now to become centered and grounded. So I'd like you to use your imagination for a moment. And I don't want you to worry about being visual today. Just thinking about something is just as effective. So don't try. There is no effort required from you here. I'd like you to think about or imagine an empty room. Make it a pure white room. The walls are white, the ceiling is white, the floor is white. Just imagine for a moment that you're standing in the center of this room. No sounds need to disturb you. You let everything go. Just staying focused on the sound of my voice. I'd like you to imagine now that energy is flowing from your body all the way out to the white wall in front of you in your mind. It only takes a moment. And now you pull the energy back to your body. And now the wall on the right. Let your energy flow all the way to that wall. And now you bring it back to your body. The wall behind you now. Imagine your energy expanding all the way back to that wall behind you. And gently guide it back to the core of your body. And the wall on the left. Let your energy flow all the way to the wall on the left. And now you bring it back. Just guide it back to the center of your body. Down to the floor below your feet. And as you're ready, pull the energy back up through the soles of your feet, your calves, your knees, your upper legs, all the way up to the center of your body. And now let it flow all the way up through your chest, your neck, your head, all the way up to the ceiling above you. Just imagine it flowing all the way up to that ceiling. And now, guide the energy back down, down, down through the top of your head, down through your neck, your chest to the center of your body. And just bring your awareness back to your breath for a few moments. Notice your breathing is slow, deep, and rhythmic. Now I'd like you to bring your awareness to your feet for a moment. Just think about your feet so incredibly relaxed. Just observe today how incredibly well your body responds to your thoughts. Think about your calves being wonderfully relaxed. All muscles are loose and limp. Your upper legs all the way now up to your waist. So that from the waist down to the soles of your feet, you are incredibly relaxed. Feel your legs getting heavier and heavier, or lighter and lighter. It doesn't matter. You just observe. Any sensations are unique for you. Your breathing is slow, deep, and rhythmic. A tingling feeling, it comes and it goes most often in the hands. A wonderful floating feeling drifts in and out, and you enjoy it. You just enjoy all of the feelings and sensations. Imagine now that your abdominal area is relaxing, letting go. Imagine all of the muscles in your lower back, around your stomach, are all letting go like elastic bands being released. And let that feeling flow up through your back, through each rib, all the way up to your shoulders. Imagine all of the muscles in your shoulder blades letting go. Your arms now. Think about your arms so incredibly relaxed that even the bones are relaxed. And you just let go, gently observing from within your mind how your arms feel. Do they feel heavy like lead or light like they're floating? You just observe as you allow it to be a pleasure to turn the whole world off for a little while and to just go within. And I'd like you now to think about those muscles in your neck, letting go like elastic bands being released. Let this feeling flow all the way up and throughout your skull, all the way around to your forehead. Feel your forehead smooth and relaxed from within your mind. Think about this feeling flowing down into your eyelids. Let all of the muscles around your eyes let go completely, so that your eyes begin to feel like they are glued shut, locked shut, fused shut. And when you feel confident that you've let all of the muscles around your eyes go completely, I want you to gently test them. Not enough to actually open your eyes, but just enough for you to feel how incredibly well your body responds to your thoughts. Let your eyelids become incredibly heavy, so wonderfully heavy, so that they feel like they are glued shut, fused shut, locked shut. And now let that feeling flow down into your cheeks, your jaw, your tongue, so that from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, you are so incredibly relaxed. And with every breath that you exhale, you just allow your body to drift deeper and deeper into this wonderful state of relaxation, allowing your body to enter a wonderful deep state of body sleep while your mind stays focused on the sound of my voice. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 3 to 0. And when I get to 0, I'd like you to imagine that you're standing on top of a set of stairs. Just let the images and the thoughts flow to you easily and effortlessly. There is no effort required from you here. Just let go completely. Enjoy the experience. 3, 2, 1, 0. Just imagine now that you are standing on top of a set of stairs. And these stairs, they lead down to a door that is closed, but you can see the light around the edges. You can tell that there is a light on the other side of the door. And I want you to allow yourself to be here for a moment. Look down at your feet in your mind and notice what the top of the stairs look like. Is the surface smooth or rough, warm or cool? Is there a railing down your stairs? Are your stairs long, short? Is this stairway familiar to you? It doesn't matter. But as you observe these things, it allows you to drift deeper and deeper within. And now in a moment, I'm going to guide you down 7 stairs. It doesn't matter how many stairs you have. I'm going to guide you down 7 stairs. With each step that you take, it is an opportunity for you to let go a little bit more. An opportunity for you to drift deeper and deeper down. And I want you to remember, all that means is you are drifting deeper down into an awareness of yourself. Deeper down into a place where you can make changes, where you can let things go. It is a beautiful place to be. So within your mind now, looking down at your feet and stepping down into step number 7, see your feet. Feel your feet, hear your feet on that step as you let go more and more. Not a care in the world. You enjoy this feeling. You allow your mind to be comfortable with this feeling of letting go. Stepping down into step number 6 now. Drifting deeper and deeper down. Deeper and deeper down. 5. See your feet. Feel your feet. 4. Going down, down, down. Floating and drifting. Letting everything go. 3. Almost to the bottom. Almost down to that door. Stepping down into step number 2 now, both of your feet on that step. Letting go. Letting go completely. Stepping down into step number 1 now, the last step. On this next step, I'm going to have you place your hand on the doorknob and push that door open. Stepping down now. Stepping down now and just placing your hand on the door. Turning the doorknob and pushing the door open. And finding yourself standing in a very long, beautiful hallway. And I want you to take a moment in this place. Look down at your feet. Notice what the surface of the floor is like. Reach out. Feel the textures of the walls in this hallway. It's a beautiful hallway. It stretches out in front of you in a long, gentle curve so that you can't actually see the end of it from where you are. Notice how your hallway is lit. If there are pictures, plants. And I invite you now to begin walking down this hallway one step at a time. And as you do, you notice that there is a very comfortable, familiar feeling in this place. And you begin to notice that there are many, many doors to the different parts of your mind. And you can see the doors clearly. So many doors, so many parts of you. I'd like you to find a specific door today. I'd like you to find the door with a sign on it that reads limiting beliefs. And just take your time. I know that you can find this door. And as you're looking for this door, I'd like to let you know what this door represents. Behind this door are all of the limiting beliefs that have been created over time throughout your life. The doubts, the fears, the insecurities around who you are, around speaking your true voice, your creative process, your self-expression. You see, your subconscious mind, it holds on to every experience that you have ever had. And there are some experiences from your past that are stopping you from being as creative as you could possibly be, from allowing this creative flow to flow through you. So today we are going to open up that door and we're going to let everything go. Let all of the fears, the insecurities, the limiting beliefs, the self-doubt, the insecurities, we're going to let it all go from the deepest part of your mind. Everything behind this door, they are nothing more than thoughts now. They are all from the past. They don't belong today in your life, nor do they belong in the future. So take a moment and just find that door. Find yourself standing in front of that door with a sign on it that reads limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 3 to 0. When I get to 0, I want you to open up that door. Just push that door open and let everything out. Just let it all go. Because you are ready. You are ready to be seen and to be heard and to allow the best parts of you to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged. 3, 2, 1, 0. Now just push that door open. Push that door open. And let everything flow from this room. Let this room become so empty. You no longer need to hold on to any limiting beliefs or self-doubts or insecurities about yourself and what you are capable of. You let it all go. And if you like, you can even step into that room and you can open up any windows to make sure that it's all released. You let it all go and you let it feel good. You let it feel so good. You let it go physically, mentally, and emotionally. You watch it flow down the hallway, around that gentle curve, and you just let it go, and it feels so good to let it go. And I wonder what you can change that sign on the door to. I want you to take a moment and I want you to remove that sign that says limiting beliefs. because you don't need a room in your subconscious mind anymore that holds on to these limiting beliefs. And I wonder what you'd change the sign to. It's up to you. But I want you to take a moment now and I want you to think about what you'd like to replace these limiting beliefs with. Confidence, creativity, freedom, whatever feels right for you. Take a moment. Get rid of that old sign and put your new sign up. Feeling good, feeling proud of this huge step that you've taken. You are growing. Now, I'd like you to bring your awareness back to the hallway. Down at your feet again and begin to walk along the hallway now. One step in front of the other. Beginning to make your way around that gentle curve so that you begin to see the light at the end of the hallway. And you walk towards that beautiful light. As you get closer and closer, you can tell that it is the sun shining in from the end of the hallway. There is no door, it just opens up to a beautiful sunny day. But it's just off in the distance. And with every step that you take, as you get closer and closer to this beautiful light, you begin to feel yourself getting lighter and lighter, lighter and lighter, so that you don't even feel your feet on the hallway floor anymore. You can tell that you're moving, but it's like you're floating. Getting lighter and lighter, getting closer and closer to that sunshine. And finding yourself outside now. Finding yourself outside now in a beautiful, incredible place. A beautiful, incredible place where you are more in touch with your real self than ever before. Just allow yourself to be in the most beautiful setting you have ever been, or you have ever seen, or that you can possibly imagine. It doesn't matter. Just let yourself be there. Look down at the ground below your feet. Reach out with your hands and touch something. Feel the texture of something between your fingers and your thumb. And in this place, you are more in touch with your real self than ever before. In this place, it is quiet, peaceful. And in this place, you can connect to your inner wisdom, that flow of creativity, your intuition, whatever you call it, however it feels right to you, your higher power, whatever feels right for you. This is your place. This is your time. This is your moment. But I want you to imagine yourself sitting there in this beautiful place, and I want you to imagine this beautiful ray flowing through you, this beautiful ray of light just flowing right through you, right down through to the core of your being. It feels so good to connect to this place within yourself. Then you take a moment here. Allow yourself to be here in this moment, to become familiar with this wonderful feeling. Allow it, if you like, to grow and to expand. Just stay here for a few moments. Let everything else go. Just allow yourself to connect, to be here right now, connecting to that inner wisdom, that intuition, your higher power, your creative flow, whatever it is for you. Allow yourself to be comfortable with this feeling. Familiarize yourself with this feeling. Get to know this feeling so that you can separate it from all of the other thoughts and feelings that arise sometimes within your life. Stay here for a few moments in this beautiful place, connected to the beauty, all of the beauty within you. And in a moment, when you hear my voice again, I will count from 1 to 5. You will open your eyes. But for now, just stay in this beautiful place, connecting to this feeling. 1, begin to bring your awareness back to the room that you're in, the sounds around you. Maybe you can hear the ticking of my clock in the background. 2, begin to bring your awareness back to your body. Your hands, your feet, your arms, your legs, the muscles around your eyes, they're all awakening now. 3, you feel wonderful, physically invigorated, mentally clear, aware, and alert, emotionally calm and at peace. 4, feeling ready to stretch, ready to open your eyes, ready to move, ready to get on with your day or your evening, feeling absolutely wonderful. And 5, opening your eyes, taking a nice deep breath, stretching, and saying the words out loud, wide awake.